Welcome to the PhoneArena video review for the BlackBerry Style 9670. The Style is a new form factor for BlackBerry. It's their first flip phone with a full QWERTY keyboard. It is pulled off much better than they did with the Pearl Flip, which was long and narrow. This phone is actually quite compact in the hand. If we compare it here to the size of the BlackBerry Curve 3G, the footprint isn't too much different. It's definitely smaller, but it's also not a whole lot thicker. It feels comfortable. It's got a rounded design, which means it fits easily in the pocket. The flip mechanism is very solid. As you can hear, it opens and closes with a nice thud. The keypad is very similar to what we've seen on the other 9600 series phones, namely the Tor and the Bold. It's not quite as rubbery, but it's the same design with the little flares that point towards the middle of the device. It's quite comfortable to type on, and we have no real issues. The only difference in feeling between this and the Bold is that the side bezel is a little bit smaller, so as you're hitting these side keys, your hands have a very slight tendency to kind of roll off. Nothing major though, and BlackBerry users will be right at home. As we said with the Bold, this is one of the best keyboards on the market these days. In terms of the design, we find a 2.7-inch display. It's good quality, although not up to par with something like the iPhone, the Evo 4G, or the Samsung Epic 4G. Despite being flip, it is a traditional BlackBerry. You have your directional pad, your BlackBerry and back keys, and your send and end. On the left side of the phone, we find the micro USB charging and data port, the 3.5mm headset jack, and the micro SD card slot. On the right is the rubberized volume rocker and convenience key. This runs BlackBerry 6, and like the Torch, it only has one convenience key, something we're disappointed to see. We always like more customization and more user-defined items, so the fact that this only has one convenience key means there's less that we can change. The back of the phone has a 5-megapixel camera with an LED flash. The camera was okay. Like the Torch, things kind of had a hazy overtone to them, and the video only records at VGA quality. Just good enough for YouTube, but not much else. Colors were oversaturated, and pictures looked odd when compared to natural lighting. Like we said, this runs the BlackBerry 6 operating system. It utilizes the trackpad for the first time, so while we could do this on the on the Torch, we have to do it with this. We like the notification drop-down area, but there's a little bit of lag in pretty much everything you do. Nothing too major, just enough to be annoying at times. But there are also plenty of times when it doesn't show up. We covered the 6 operating system a little bit more extensively with our Torch review, so head over there if you want a better look at what this all brings to the table. One of the main issues we see with the BlackBerry Style is that you constantly have to flip it open and close to do something. If you're a typical BlackBerry user, you're constantly BBMing, emailing, or text messaging, and one of the nice conveniences of a bar phone is that you just pull it out and type. With this one, it adds an extra step. You have to pull it out of your pocket, open the phone, and then type. You're done with the message, flip it closed, you get it back, flip it open, and type again. For the casual user, this probably isn't a big deal. Opening the phone isn't that much of a hassle, but for those who are doing thousands of messages a month, this can get a bit tedious. The name kind of sums it up. The BlackBerry Style is more about style than about function. It is nice, however, we would really like to see some functionality without outside screen. We can scroll through and get our text message updates, Twitter updates, Facebook, and things like that. But we can't really control music or media playback too much. The convenience key does serve as a pause key for the music playing, but videos can't be viewed on this outside screen. A simple addition of some capacitive keys down at the bottom here, like the LG Chocolate Flip, would be really nice. It would make this a much more compelling device and much more friendly to media people. The overall quality of the phone's great. Build quality is excellent, and it feels fantastic. Call quality was also very good, better than most. It's not quite as good as the Curve 3G that we saw a few weeks back. However, callers still rated us at 8.5, and our rating was just slightly below that.